At the start of the weekend, West Ham United were in 10th spot, and we had to build on that as we go up to Old Trafford, as we do every year, and try and get something up there. Welcome back to West Ham Unofficial. I hope you are all well. It's the match preview for Manchester United versus West Ham. Before we get into it, I'm joined by Baker, who is a Man United fan. Baker, how are you?
I'm very well, thanks. Yourself? Like the funky introduction music since last time.
It's very good, isn't it?
Yeah, fuzzy.
Yeah. Hopefully, our performance lives up to something to that extent. We've been a little bit flat lately, but we'll talk about that in a second. Let's see what we've got in the chat. Luke, hope you are well, Mr. Legend. Good afternoon, sir. Oh, how nice of you to talk about me like that, Terry. No, I hope you are, mate. Everybody's saying hello to each other. Baker, just give us a bit of a lowdown of your season. It's been a bit of a whirlwind of a start for you again.
Yeah, it's all the anticipation of the start of the season. Then the media love it, don't they? We're getting relegated and we're falling apart, and then they come back. A few games, good result, and topsy turvy back to City, which I walked out of early, 10 minutes early. Couldn't handle it after 6. And then a bit of slow progress, really. It's a bit up and down and a bit of slow progress. So I think I can sum it up in like one sentence. I was at the I can't say it, a Cypriot game a few weeks ago, and sitting next to my cousin. And 5 years ago, we had a similar, in the Europa League, and a similar game and there was 45,000 there, and it was so negative. It was unreal. Like everyone's, the way it goes when everyone's upset with each other. Everyone's arguing. Goes the other night, last week, Sheriff, all right, not the best club in the world to 70-odd thousand there, full house, everyone's buzzing, even before they scored, you feel like, that buzz you can feel around the ground. So there's a slight bit of a buzz going on at the moment, anticipation of, skills, and yeah, we're enjoying it again, slightly.
Yeah. What do you think Eric Ten Hag has changed to get you into a better position than obviously what you were at the start of the season?
I think it feels like, to me, obviously we don't know, but it feels like he's clearer with the players know where they stand. It sounds like he's letting people do what they want to do as long as they play well, and as soon as they back off, they're being taken out of the team. Is it simple as that, or pulled off? No messing about. He seems to be a no nonsense type of character.
Yeah. In terms of West Ham, then we come off the back of in the Premier League, a fortunate win over Bournemouth last Monday. Yeah, VAR got involved in there, but we've had our fair few bad decisions. So we will take it. We've just played quite negative football as of late, and it's just not quite clicked as a unit yet. And I think, I mean, it's nowhere near as similar as what Man United were experiencing at the start of the season, but it just wasn't clicking there, and it was, we're beginning to see little signs of it, clicking. We've got a few injuries, which we'll talk about a little bit later, but we're not the most positive going up there. And do you think that might play into Man United's hand, on the up, and we're trying to get on the up?
One thing is certain at the moment, we come out firing, as soon as the game starts. It was like previous managers recently, without mentioning names, we seem to be a bit of an hangover from every game, and we're chasing the game all the time. We seem to be going on the front foot at the moment. So if you lot are not on the ball early doors, we could get into you quickly.
Yeah, and that's the worry, because you've got players. We've all known that you've got players over the years to still hurt teams, and it's just getting them all to work, and it seems like that's starting to happen at Man United. Let's take some comments. Turks, hope you are. Perfect opportunity with Bowen out injured, play Antonio out wide with Skamaka up front. I 100% agree. We're going to talk about that very, very shortly. James, hope you are well. Terry says Baker looks more positive than he did back at the end of January this year. How much of a kind of rejuvenation between that game where he beat us in the last minute and almost going into this game?
Yeah, it's. I'm just reading Luke's question there. We don't know what's going to turn up, really. We just don't know. Fingers crossed, the thing is, they're going more positive, so we can't fault that. There's people not shrinking in the game and disappearing. They can't at the moment because he just pulls them off, or they don't play the next game. So I think that's where the positivities come from, because he'll stick somebody else in. He'll stick one of the new lads in, like Malaysia.
Almost a bit of a almost a bit of a reality check.
So they know they've got to play the game.
Players.
Yeah. So fingers crossed we get the good team out tomorrow, and you get you'll get your bad team out tomorrow.
Sharky, hope you are well. Gary says we will set up like Liverpool and try and catch them on the break. I think that's what we did because we gave Liverpool a good go. First half we did.
You didn't see some of that.
We did sit back and we played quite negative football. We didn't really lay a hand on them in the first half. This is probably the tactic that Moyes will take up to Old Trafford. Is we'll try and defend with kind of minimal damage in the first half, and then look to attack a bit more. And then on the 60th, 70th minute, put a couple of more attacking players on and really get them. And that's exactly what we did. We nearly had a perfect first half performance at Liverpool. We conceded a goal. We got a penalty right on half time. Of course, we didn't convert it. So we would have went in level, and then I think we would have went on to win the game. But I think that's kind of the similar way Moyes might go about it. Kind of try and sit back, maybe start a back five. Do you think that will play into United's hands, or do you think that will make it a little bit more difficult for you?
Well, Newcastle did the exact same thing you're talking about there. We just couldn't get into we just couldn't get through them. So if you play that game, it's possible you could come away with a draw and maybe sneak it at the end. If we, it's all about breaking you down if you can't do that.
Yeah, so. and Newcastle have got a solid lineup. The worry that I've got is every time we play a back five, we just don't look like the players know what positions they're in. We do play a back five quite a lot this season, and it's just not quite worked. And we do need a bit of pace, I think, to break you down. And we haven't really got that. And defensively, we've got a couple of issues. Dawson, we're not sure whether's fit. He did have a dead leg, and he's been excellent in pretty much every game he's played for West Ham. And he's had a dead leg for about three to 4 weeks now, which has been a little bit unusual. So we're sort of nearly reading into that a bit more, that could be something a little bit more serious. But if we can get Dawson in there, if he is fit, I do think we'll play a back four, because I think Moyes will feel comfortable with playing Zuma and Dawson as the two centre backs, because there are at the moment our first starting centre backs. But if he's not available, we'll have to play our first choice right back at centre back, and I think then we'll go into a 3 to protect Creswell's lack of pace and put him in as the third centre back, and kind of part the bus in the first half, and then try and go at you on the break when we get it in the first half, and then really try and pile the pressure on towards the end, and maybe even do what you did to us last year and score in the last minute.
That was a killer for you. Yeah, just a tactic he used the other night. He brought, the first time in years we've played two out and out wingers. Anthony on the left, the young kid Garnacho, he was brilliant the other night. For the young kid coming in, and be interesting to see if we give him a game tomorrow. And if he does bring him in, they're going to go elf 11 early doors, because we went down the wings, the old fashioned wingers, and Ronaldo in the middle, and we had enough chances in the first half. I can't see it though. He goes with experience in the big game. The big, it's a decent game, isn't it, tomorrow?
Yeah. How can you roughly expect Erik ten Hag to set up? You don't have to go for a whole lineup, but roughly, how do you see Erik ten Hag setting up?
I think he'll give Maguire a game tomorrow as well. He played a good half the other day. He got an half decent reception coming on. So you're looking at possibly Shaw, definitely Shaw, Martinez. I'm going to stick my neck out Maguire. Right hand side. Who plays on the right? Forgot.
I don't know.
Right, midfield. Eriksen's a must start all the time. We've got Anthony on the right, left. So he plays on the right and for the left. I think he'll drop Ronaldo again. I think he'll drop Ronaldo for Rashford, possibly Garnacho. But that Eriksen's been an unbelievable player. He's just such a skillful footballer, and he just does it.
What sort of position is he playing in? Because he's played defensively and attackingly, I know.
He's played a bit of an open role, really. And then people filling back in for him. He's played it all ways.
Yeah, that's interesting because it's sort of a player that's lurked around, has almost given a free role to sort of do what they want. And we know he's dangerous. He's done it. He's done it over the years, and he seems to start doing it at Man United. So do you think he's one of the big danger men for United tomorrow?
Without a doubt, he can control a game. He's controlled 5 or 6 games actually this season on his own. Obviously, with Fernandez work off, I assumed it. So Fernandez was in the team there, but the pair of them working together and interchanging, it's been really good. So that could be the difference breaking. If you go with this defensive first, Eriksen's the cut through balls and the left and the right and the flyer. He's got to play.
Yeah, interesting. Let's take let's say some quick Sharky condolences to you, mate. I hope you are. I hope you're keeping well. Stay strong, mate. Let's scroll down. Much love, Sharky. Lots of love for Sharky. Cheers, guys. Luke says Dawson versus CR7. That is what the fans want. I doubt it because I don't think Dawson will start, and obviously it sounds like Cristiano Ronaldo has been playing as many Premier League games as he was previously. Do you think that's almost been a key to your success, or do you agree with like Ronaldo on the bench in the Premier League games, or do you think he still should be starting?
It's a bit difficult being a United supporter and having the success that Ronaldo's given us over the years to give him an hard time, but lately he's brought it out in public, so he deserves to get dropped. He deserved, if you act like a smacked ass, no player should do what he did the other week with his team. Imagine going in on a Monday morning, dressing room, what they think of him. I'm sure he's apologised now by the sounds of it, even though we've not heard it. But we've been a lot faster when he's not in the team. I think they're all in awe of him and they're giving the ball to him, and you know what it's like. We've all played in football teams, and it's always like, give me the ball, give me the ball, give me the ball. You give it to him, and then you think he messes up. You think,
yeah. Has he been almost utilised more as a super sub, or has he just not had much Premier League game time?
He's not had a lot of game time at the moment. It's his own fault, isn't it? Because he missed the pre-season, so he's behind on the pre-season. When he's brought him in, he's then not been effective. So he's 3-4 weeks behind the other players. I'm sure he's at full speed now, but there's the dividing that's been created, and you can feel it. You can feel it on the pitch.
Yeah,
you can feel it in the ground. You can feel it.
Yeah, it is a strange one because he's a player that kind of a negative and of course a positive impact. I mean, does he still split the fan base? Some people want to see him starting, some people don't.
Oh yeah, because you've got
you've got the Ronaldo fanboys,
Ronaldo FCs. So you're like, I'm like, I'm Manchester United first, obviously. We are, like yourself, you're football first, and the team comes first. But you then get someone who's like totally like blinded, like bleeding hell, mate. You know what I mean? Yeah. Ronaldo FC, they call them, don't they?
Yeah. Let's take some more of your comments. Terry says, we've been poor this season despite our current position. We need to click and click soon if we were to reach the dizzy heights of European football next year. Yeah, I agree. I can't see us qualifying, to be honest, in my opinion, through the league this season, because Newcastle are back up there this year, or Newcastle are there this year, and they're going to be, almost, I think, taking our spot in terms of the league. So I think the only way we're going to get into some Europe is by either winning the conference or winning the FA Cup. I think it's doable for us to win the Conference League this year. We're in a good position. The bookies are backing us quite nicely, but yeah, we need to turn on and we've shown glimpses. Most first halves for us this season have been really poor. We scored 2 goals in our first halves all season, so that I think that's something Man United will have looked at and will look to utilise just to get into a solid. Because if you score early, then it could be a long afternoon. I'm going to say that.
Yeah,
we'll see. Striker says Paqueta still out. We could really do with him on the pitch. We talk about some team news now. So this is from the West Ham website. It's got a bit about Man United, but I'm sure you can say it better, Baker. So I'll come to you in a second. So in terms of team news, it says David Moyes is hoping Jarrod Bowen is available. It was only a matter of time he picked up a small little injury. I think he's literally played pretty much every game this year. He's picked up a little ankle injury. Whether he's fit or not, we'll have to wait and see. However, Craig Dawson has got a dead leg. Lucas Paqueta with his shoulder. Maxwell Cornet with his calf are all unlikely to be involved. So I'd be surprised if we see. I'd be incredibly surprised if we see Paqueta and Cornet. An outside chance of Dawson being involved, but I can't see it, to be honest. They're three massive players, or four if Bowen's not there. That's a big chunk of our squad and team just taken out there. So hopefully we can deal without them. We'll go through my predicted lineup in a second. But in terms of Man United, it says on there Martial, Tuanzebe, and Varane are all definitely ruled out. Is there any more team news from you, Baker?
Not that I'm aware of. I'm just looking at Sharky's question. Casemiro is just took the bull by the horns, as they say in a football game. He's just like what we've been craving for forever. Just someone in that middle he's so cool on the ball. He just reads everything, and he's got a bit of grit as well. And when he loses the ball, he goes back and he seems to get it. Not easily, but like dead effectively. He's just he's going to be a big man for United in the next 2 years.
Do you think the kind of a key to your success has been taking out the midfield that was, laughed at for a couple of years and putting in the players like Eriksen and Casemiro to, really add some style to that?
Yeah, definitely. It's 100%. You've got a ball winner and a distributor, and then you've also distributed in Eriksen as well. I was on about Casemiro then, but I'd love to have Eriksen 3 or 4 years before as well. He's great now, but imagine building a team around him. That'd be excellent.
Yeah, no, for sure. Let's take.
Poor Fred and McTominay. Well, they call him McFred, didn't they?
McFred, yeah.
But no, Fred. I like Fred. On his game, he's really good. But he didn't live up to that consistently. McTominay, I think he's still got a bit to go. He could be a big man. He's still a verdict's out anywhere. They can be that Manchester United top player, or he's just going to be a mediocre. I'm sure you've got a few of them in your team.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, Souček in midfield is one of them for sure. We'll talk about that in just a second. Luke, my thoughts on West Ham. Stop messing around with the ball and go forward, have a shot. We just seem to, all of the attacking ability that we've brought in the summer just seems to be sucked out of us because we're saying so negative football. And we've seen it in weeks gone past where we just get the ball and at Southampton the other week and in games it's just we get the ball and we just look so nervous to go forward and really run at players, and that's why Ben Rama was coming to the side. He was that kind of super sub at the start of the season, told to go on and win us football matches. He didn't do it, but he made a massive impact, and he started to start a few more games now, and he has to start for me on Sunday. Thursday night he played a bit. He got subbed off, I think, on the hour mark. So hopefully that was in anticipation for him starting on Sunday. He just gives us that bit of flair that Paqueta hasn't been able to give us so far from when he's come to the club, and Cornet as well. Ben Rama's sizzling, and I think tomorrow, if he gets the opportunity, if we get in the right service and there's the right men in the middle, I think he will score tomorrow, and I think he will cause United some big problems.
He smashed that penalty away, didn't he?
He did, yeah.
That was just like,
yeah, and that was massive attitude. As well, because
pure attitude.
Yeah, it wasn't, because we've had some really poor penalties taken this season. Rice took a poor one at Forest away. Bowen took a poor one up at Liverpool, and to get in the last week 2 penalties and to score both of them, Ben Rama and Lanzini both scored. That was massive, and Ben Rama has to start because he's one of the few that's gonna scare the Man United defence. I think because he's going to get the ball and he's going to run at defenders and cause some problems. So that's probably my danger man.
You've got to do it. Yeah, that's what you got to do. That's what you got to do. Yeah. At least you got 5 out of 5 in the Conference League.
Yeah, that's a big boost.
Going well. Yeah. I didn't realise you were 5 out of 5.
Yeah, the only English team I think with 100% record left. Just saying.
Good stuff. And Anderlecht's a decent side, aren't they?
Yeah. There were a few ropey performances in there. We went and we played the Danish team Silkeborg away, and it was just, it was that boring. We scored a few goals, and it was just like, Christ, can we get this over and done with? And they got one back, and it made it a little bit nervy towards the end. But yeah, we've seemed to have done it with not too much worries. Hopefully, we can bring that into the Premier League and start.
Just going back to your caution there, I can feel like you're blaming Moyes, but you don't want to blame him because he's still doing a decent job. He's caution first, attack second, isn't he? So
Yeah.
It's a bit like the Ronaldo situation. You know he's wrong. You don't really want to call him too much. We hope he just leaves on a nice note rather than get really ugly and then everyone hate him. So I feel like there's an undercurrent of, Moyes, come on, do a bit more.
It's difficult because he's definitely split the fan base in recent weeks. When we lost to Everton up there, and that was dire. That was really bad. And there was a lot of calls for. I'm a positive. I like Moyes. What he's done for us, and that night at Lyon away, getting us through to a semi-final of a European competition. I'll never forget that. But even then, I was questioning what he was doing, because we can all see it, and he's brought in all these players. We were so excited for this season to build on what we did last season. We've just had a really, really, really slow start. I think it does come down to the unfortunate falling of the fixtures at the start as well. Man City, we didn't give them a good go. They were just on another level. Forest was our second game. They were always going to turn up on their first home game in the Premier League in 20 odd years, and then Brighton, who always beat us, were our first 3 games, and we had 0 points on the board, and it was like,
dodgy, wasn't it?
Yeah, and from that moment on, it was like we just haven't really accelerated and got going. And a game like Liverpool, which we did play well in, and we took some confidence out of, and a game like Man United, if we can get a positive result out there, can really boost up the players. And Moyes is Moyes. We know he's gonna play his favourites, and he does. Souček in midfield alongside Rice has been really poor in the last year. We all want to see a midfield too of Rice and our new lad Downs in there. But hopefully he might just let go a few shackles and start Ben Rama, which he hasn't done often enough in many fans' opinions, and hopefully he can just let the shackles off tomorrow, and maybe we might concede a couple of goals, but we might go up there and we might score a couple of goals as well, because we don't know. Give it a good go, and
same.
And that's what the fans want to see.
Yeah, give a good go. Well, I thought at the start of the season, you bought a load of players, didn't you? And they've not really put them in the team, have they?
No, it was kind of like Moyes was a little bit reluctant. I'm not convinced all of them were West Ham.
Yeah.
Pardon?
It was the striker you bought for quite a lot of money.
Skamaka. He's actually become our Premier League striker, which we didn't think he actually would do so quickly. He's kind of put Antonio on the bench, and he hasn't scored in a couple of games. And if he gets a service, we can tell it's a striker we've been waiting for, because he is a lethal striker. I've said that now. He'll miss 3 sitters tomorrow, but it is what it is. Let's take some comments. Gary says we have plenty of shots, but just can't hit the target. And sometimes we get the ball and we try and score the perfect goal. Have a shot, and Villa away was the perfect example. It was a fluky goal. We had a shot from outside the box. It went in. Have a shot. If you don't shoot, you don't score. Let's scroll down on your comments. Where are we? Lots of people talking about food outside the stadium. That'll be interesting tomorrow. I love love some food outside. James says we are only 4 points off a European place. All is not lost. Although I haven't seen any of today's results, so no spoilers, Jake. I'm not saying anything, but I was a little bit gutted about what happened on the South Coast. That's all I'm going to say. Terry says Everton away, chips and curry sauce is top of the gourmet list this season so far. You were very impressed with the chips and curry sauce, so you'll be looking out for that tomorrow, won't you, Terry? That is for sure.
Chips and gravy.
Chips and gravy. Luke says I think McTominay will be good for Everton in a couple of years. He's not a United player, in my opinion. Would you agree, Baker?
Sorry, what was that?
I think McTominay will be good for Everton in a couple of years. He's not a United player, in my opinion.
Yeah, that's possibly where he could end up. That type of and run the midfield, and be very, very good. But can he step up to that? He's sort of like, we call him a 90% Manchester United player. He's not reached his. I don't think he's reached his full potential yet. But we don't know if he's got it or he has got it. It's some games you just think, wow, this man. This is the new United captain in a year or two, and then the next day of the game, he makes a lot of needless fouls. That's what is a bit frustrating as well.
Yeah.
So we still don't know. I'd love him to be, because his blood's Manchester United. Yeah, but that if he doesn't, that could be a definite where he'd end up. Everton. Agreed.
Yeah, fair enough. In terms of Ben Rama, Gary says Moyes still digging him out. He won't start tomorrow. I can see why you said that, because he said in the week he was talking about, players English quality, and he was like, yeah, Benrahma's English isn't the best, but the rest of them are brilliant. And, it's just things like that. He just doesn't like Benrahma, and Benrahma and Moyes have a rocky relationship. It seems they do, because Benrahma gets frustrated because he's the most sub Premier League player last season, and he just doesn't quite get he doesn't quite get those opportunities that he needs. And Jay Woods, hope you all completely agree. Benrahma has to start. Scamacca versus Martinez will be interesting. Scamacca will win aerial duels. He had a bit of a rocky start, Martinez, but is he come good, Baker?
Yeah, I think what we've noticed, he really reads the game really quick. So even if he's missed an header, he's on the next one. But yeah, he's brilliant. His desire as well. So between Anthony, Casemiro, and Martinez, they brought the grit back to the team. That's a bit, if they get sent off, so be it. That's what you want. Grit and determination.
Sure. Yeah.
So Martinez has been a revelation for United, just turning the team around. High-fiving corners, clearances. The passion is unreal.
I think that's going to be interesting, because if we do see Maguire's just out of interest, if Maguire doesn't start, who will partner Martinez?
It'll be Lindelof. Yeah.
So whether it's Maguire, whether it's Lindelof and Martinez alongside them, it'll be interesting to see that aerial duel, as Jay Wood said, between Scamacca, because he wins a lot of headers, but it's just getting it up there and getting someone close to him to win the second balls. And I think that's what Benrahma could do if we play an attacking formation and we get Benrahma playing in a number 10, picking up the balls that Scamacca wins in the air when we lump it over the top and he wins the headers. That could be where we could find our success, maybe in the first half, where we do look to defend a bit more than attack. And how has those defenders kind of coped with a big, a big striker that's a big presence, is sort of a number 9 that's going to win the headers?
Well, we don't know that, do we? I can't see. I can see him having a bit of success because Martinez is 5'9", Lindelof 6'2", is Maguire about 6'2", 3 or something.
Yeah.
And if Maguire comes in, hopefully his confidence will start coming back. I don't know. It's going to be a tough one. That's probably where you're going to have a bit of success, I reckon. Definitely. Yeah. But like you say, you've got to get the crosses in, good corners, good free kicks. Yeah. So
we've got to take them chances, which we just didn't do at Liverpool. We've got to take the chances we get, because Manchester United will take chances, and we've got and we've got to match that. I guess I won't ever say Moyes out unless we get relegated. A team takes time to gel, and we have had some great nights and still some more to come this season. What do people want?
Be careful what you wish for, is it?
Yeah, exactly. Because we know we've taken the next step, but it's just getting the players to gel together, and it might take until after the World Cup for these players to really start firing. But we all know they will, because we've bought some flipping quality players there, and we know we've taken the step up. But we've just got to take that step a little bit back down until they, properly bond and gel together. Mandy says, Man United, go on.
Just back to the Martinez situation, what you will see and what you'll see tomorrow, he's always in the faces. He's nudging him. Every player, he's pulling his shirts. He's a little bulldog. Well, not bulldog, but Jack Russell and bulldog all in one. So he'll annoy your. What's he called? Not Schumacher.
Yeah. Scamacca,
Scamacca. He'll really, you can hear him chatting in the, like he's one of the old-fashioned.
Will be interesting.
So you can see him messing around.
Not only sort of for his, for maybe Martinez and the test there, but I think massively for us in terms of Scamacca. That's a big test, because he's been a little bit wasteful when he's got it in the last few games. So if we can get him the service, it's going to be interesting what he does with it. Jay Wood says 6'5" versus 5'9", no Varane either, which is a positive for us. How big of a loss is Varane in that back four, Baker?
Yeah, there's something like we've hardly lost a game when he's played, so. Everyone's saying he's like a Rolls Royce, even though he's not been absolutely fantastic every game. His stats when he's in the game, and the goals and all that, we've won a lot more when he's been in the game. So it sort of like speaks for itself, even though you don't see it. It's just, it's a big loss for us, that.
Yeah, well, for sure. Let's take some more of your comments. Keep them coming in, guys. Drop a like on the video. Subscribe to West Ham Unofficial if you haven't already. Check out our channel sponsors, SRM Carver and Son, by clicking the link in the description down below. We'll be up at Old Trafford tomorrow, so expect all of the match day, away day content. There'll be a road trip, and there'll be a match day vlog. There'll be the chants, and I'm sure there'll be plenty of them directed to certain people. So make sure you look out for that. It's always a good away day. Not many people like go out to United in terms of a West Ham perspective, but I like it. Yeah, it's a good ground. We don't like to admit it too much, but we like going there. If we lose, yeah, it's not very good, but it's a great day. If we win, it's going to be scenes up there. That is for sure. And I'd love to do what Villa did last year. Go up to Old Trafford and score in the last minute. Absolute scenes.
Yeah,
almost a bit of. Yeah, you can have that back for last year.
Good stuff.
But one thing we haven't mentioned, we've had a bit of luck with VAR in the last few weeks, which is unusual. So just maybe it might be a bit psychological, but a few people have said we're going up to Old Trafford. It's Man United. It's West Ham. Could we get a dodgy VAR decision? I think we all hope that there's no VAR involved for a sort of a football perspective and the right results given. But it's brilliant when you get it, and it's sickening when you don't, Baker.
Yeah, of course, it's horrible, isn't it? It's crazy. You always know that we're always right as well, aren't we? Whatever happens.
Oh yeah, always right.
We always right. Yeah, and it's always our team that
right.
gets hard done by.
Fans are always right. Luke says 8th and a cup final. Happy days. I'd love that. Mandy, hope you well. Hey Jake, if Bowen joins Cornet and Paqueta on the injury list, Moyes must play Antonio and Scamacca together and have a go. So a lot of people are mentioning this. I'll just go through what I'll do. Defensively wise, we're probably going to play a back 5, but I don't want to guess it because Dawson. So defense, we can all imagine what it's going to be. The one thing that I want to really mention is the midfield and attacking wise, because that's what I'm interested in tomorrow. I'd like us to play a 4-2-3-1 formation. I can't see it. I could see more of a 5-3-2. If we do play a 5-3-2, that's not all bad because we can have a midfield 3. We're not going to get dominated in midfield because we will play Souček, Rice and Downs in there, and Downs will play a little bit further up, and it means we can play a 2 up front. And with Bowen not available, Moyes will be left with no option to play Antonio and Scamacca up front from the start, which will be refreshing for us to see. We've seen it in little 20-minute spells, but that's a centre back's nightmare. That is Antonio and Scamacca. They offer different things. They're both going to win headers. They're both going to push you around a bit and cause centre back some problems. So I'd love to see that tomorrow. But if it doesn't, if it's just Scamacca, chuck Bowen out, chuck Antonio out on the right because Bowen's injured. We've got to fit Antonio and Scamacca in there, because it's something that Man United wouldn't have seen before with us playing 2 up top, because we barely ever do it, and it's different for us, and it's worked in little bits that we've seen. So that could be where we try and exploit you, with a striker on each centre back. That might make things difficult for United, Baker.
Yeah, could do. Yeah, I think they'll go with the two wingers tomorrow, whichever it is. It could be Rashford and it could be Ronaldo, Anthony. I don't know. One of the permutation of the 4. I'd love him to give Garnacho another debut, league debut, full time, and then go El Forever down the wings, see what we can do in the middle.
Yeah, almost a bit of maybe a bit of surprise element there as well. If you play one of the players that perhaps we hadn't seen before, that might be a part of it. Watching us is like sloth, so I think that's a fair reflection. It's a little bit exaggerated, but it's a fair reflection. Fair reflection, of how we've played this season, and we need to be, have a good tempo, upbeat, pass the ball quickly and make things happen. Short answer, will Ronaldo start, yes or no, Baker, in your opinion?
Say that again.
Will Ronaldo start in your opinion, yes or no?
Don't think so. I don't know. It's a difficult one. He scored the other night. Really, he should be in the team, but I don't know. I don't know what's going on. I really, honest to God, I don't know. If I had to put my shirt on it, I'd say yes. Really, yeah. Only because Martial's injured and he don't know what he's playing.
Yeah, fair enough. Fair enough. Mandy says, was Baker happy to see such a strong lineup on Thursday from his team? And do you think that might have a bit of an after effect?
No,
Going
I
into
believe
Sunday?
in like always play your strongest team first and then bring your strong players off and rest them rather than do the weak players and then get a bad result. You know, we're fine with that. Get your strongest team on first every game, especially now we can take 5 players off. So
Yeah,
I
very
don't
good
think that'll
point.
affect. It was like a training session, to be fair, the other night.
Yeah, same with us. But guys, get your predictions into the chat. What's your prediction for the game? I'm going to go first. I was thinking about it yesterday, and I've got 2 predictions. I've got sort of a more of a realistic prediction, and I've got an optimistic, hopeful West Ham prediction. I'm going to go as my realistic. I can honestly see this being a 0-0 game. I can see us setting up the part of the bus, and I can see Man United trying at all extents, and somehow I don't think you'll score. I think we will just about keep you out. I can't see us scoring if we set up like that. I think it'll be a 0-0. My positive prediction will be a 1-0 West Ham win. Maybe we can just nick a goal and then we'll park the bus and somehow keep you out. Plenty of 1-1s in the chat. Baker, your prediction?
I think you'll score, so I'm going to go 3-1.
Oh, that's harsh.
Yeah, I'm going to go 3-1. Yeah.
Let's have some goal scorers. Who do you think will score for United?
Let's see. I'm going to go Casemiro, Anthony, and Rashford.
There we go. Very, very positive. Will that come back to haunt you? We'll see tomorrow. Hopefully it will.
Well, I'll see you tomorrow anyway at some point.
Yeah, we'll see you. My scorer, if it's 1-0 West Ham, well, to be fair, the in-joke, if it's 1-0 United, then it's going to be a long trip back. That's an in-joke. But 1-0, if we lose again up there 1-0, honestly, I don't think, just don't lose 1-0. If we score, amazing. Tevez off the bench will do it, I think. Bartes in goal, that'll do. And then we might win. You never know. But yeah,
no worries.
Scorer.
Brilliant.
I'm gonna go Skamaka. Let's take some of your predictions. Boring 0-0. Yeah, I'm inclined to agree, Mandy. But I'm gonna go 1-0 anyway. 2-0. Or 3-1 to them. Come on, Peter. 1-1 draw, fair. 1-1. Plenty of 1-1s. Manchester United 0. West Ham 5. You heard it here first. It's going to be mental. Well, if that happens, then I will buy you your McDonald's on the way back, Terry. And it totally won't be free on my app. That's a hint of what's coming tomorrow in the services, Terry. I will buy you your McDonald's. 1-0 and you can drive back, Jay. Yeah. Which way? 1-0 United, and I think I probably will end up driving back. Another 1-1 says Sharky. Let's have a look. James says 3-1. Our gruesome midfield threesome will get a goal. It's a Suchek, Rice, and Downs both to pick up a goal. That would be amazing. No worries, Sharky. I'm not sure what you've done, but not to worry. I've got no idea what's happened. Luke says, if we get stuffed, can you stop going to West Ham games, please, Jay? Okay. It's what he ordered. That's what the doctor ordered. To be fair, we got a positive. Well, it wasn't positive at Southampton, was it? We won at Villa. Yes, we lost at Forest. Yes, we lost to Everton when we went. We beat Fulham when we went. It's not me. Trust me, it's not me. It's our driver.
Never. No matter what happens, it's not one person's fault. No. It's the team's fault.
It is indeed. Some final thoughts then, Baker, from both perspectives. How do you expect it to go?
Just hope it's a good game, and I think at the moment there's going to be a good game. There's a buzz around Old Trafford, so whatever happens, it's going to be a good game.
Yeah, and hopefully we can.
Not all negative. So the way United are going about it, it's going to be positive. So you're going to have to come at us to win the game.
Yeah. It will be interesting. No doubt. Hopefully, we can get a positive result at Old Trafford. Baker, I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you very much for coming on.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Yeah,
cheers to everyone for tuning in.
Yeah, thank you very much. Drop a like and subscribe to West Ham if you're new. As I said earlier on, it's a full match day program in terms of away days up there. So you get the road trip with me and Gary on the way up in the service station. Probably a little bit more nervous than I am now. And you'll get your match day vlog and any other away day experience, little chants and clips in it and anything else. You'll get that. Vlog will probably be Monday morning, but Sunday if you're lucky. And yeah, thank you very much from us. From me, come on, you Irons. Baker, thank you very much.
See you later, pal. Take care.
Thank you very much. Thanks for everyone in the chat. Like, subscribe, and we'll see you tomorrow. Cheers, guys, and bye-bye.